Hey guys, welcome back to the Book Nook Corner. It's Courtney. This was a highly requested video. I did a couple polls across my community page, my Discord, my Instagram, and everybody was very interested in it. And that is, as you saw by the title, a very in-depth slash deep dive of all of my e-readers. Not just my Kindles, every single e-reader that I own, minus the like 4 or 5 super kind of old ones that I don't really use. I would like to try to figure out how to use them, but that could be a whole other thing. Anyways, let's get it together, Courtney. I'm going to go through every single e-reader that I have, and I'm gonna go through like my settings, my fonts, my library, my Kindle Unlimited library, my Kobo Plus library, all of the things, and just everything involving e-readers, anything that I do to consume books that is digital, basically. I really have no idea how long this is going to take, but I have a feeling that it's going to be a long one. We will see how long it takes me. Obviously, you will find out by the time this is uploaded. This might be slightly vloggy style. I'm just gonna roll with it and see what I feel like filming and how I feel like filming it, and hopefully you like that. I will see you later. So I guess I will just go in order, like I normally do, of what e-reader I got first. So this is my OG e-reader. This is the Kindle Paperwhite 6-inch. I think this is the 10th generation. It's not that horribly old, but it's probably like 2021, 2020. Something like that. Might even be like 2019. I actually don't remember. I would have to look that up. I've not touched this since finishing The Sword of Kaigen probably about 4 or 5 days ago. I need to mark on here that I did finish it. I am going to go through things like my settings, my libraries, my KU or Kobo Plus libraries, and then my different folders. So I am really bad about, as you can see, because it only says 9 items, I'm really bad at putting books into my finished. Like I mark it as read and then I just forget to put it into my finished folder. So I'm gonna do that for the Emberblade as well, because I did finish that one also. I'm not gonna go like every single tiny book because we will be here forever. So I'm gonna kind of just like scroll and give you like a quick little overview. Here is my folders that I have made. Currently reading too, because that's me. And obviously I'm not actually currently reading 50 some books. This is just kind of my priority ones that I want to get to ASAP. So we have currently reading 2, Paranormal and Witches. Romantasy-a-thon, because I did participate in that not too long ago. My finished folder, Shifter books, books with Faye. I don't TBR. Okay, I guess that's just like one's priority there again. Summer Reading Challenge. This was forever ago, so I actually need to double check what's in that and delete some of them. Dragon books, Asian fantasy, romance books, Grimdark, Red. So I have a finished and a read. So obviously I need to do lots of organizing here, but this is the uncollected, which is just kind of like when you buy a new book or check a new book out on Kindle Unlimited, it will show up in this folder. So I will just kind of go through this one and show you what I have. Smoke and Scar. I accidentally bought this one twice. Sorry, I'm like trying to find a comfortable position because I am standing. I'm just gonna kind of hold this close to the screen and just scroll and let you see what is on there. And try to hold this semi-still so I don't make you motion sick. So many good ones. There's 432 books just in this folder. These are actually different like book covers that I bought on Etsy, and you click on them and then it makes it the background of your e-reader. So like right here, if I click on this sunflower one and kind of act like that's my currently reading, there is the sunflower, and then if we click off of our screen, it will put it as the background. So I think that's super cool and like really, really summery. We're gonna try this angle because I think it's gonna be a little bit better. But yes, I will just continue to keep scrolling. I'm gonna hold this up pretty close to you. Let you see some of my books, just a general overview. I really want to read that, by the way. I love how this just automatically connects to your Audible account, so it automatically will connect you with your audiobooks that you have. This one looks really good too. This is a Dragon Shifter paranormal romance, I believe. This one looks adorable. I think this is a cozy fantasy if I remember correctly. Here's another one that I made on Canva. I do really need to go through my library, especially on this account because it is my oldest Kindle account. But there's a lot of books on here that like I know I'm just not going to read. And I got them free through like the Stuff Your Kindle days or stuff like that. And I just kind of need to like clean them out because I just know I'm not going to read them. So it's like, why keep them on here and like take up the space and all of that jazz. So yeah, just kind of need to go through and purge, I guess, and get rid of books that I don't really think I'm going to read. And then there's a lot in here. I don't know why that one doesn't have a cover. That also need to be organized into my folders. I just haven't done that in a while. Hence why there's so many in this folder that are not organized. This was definitely a Stuff for Kindle because I remember getting that one for free. So many Audible books on here. So you're kind of seeing my Audible library without me having to even go over to Audible. I have so many good books on here. It always just kind of reminds me of like all of the amazing books that I do have on here. And I'm kind of like, why do I even buy more? Like I could just sit here and go through all of these. And yeah, it's like, why do I even buy more? But then you just get sucked in to what everyone's reading. And this series by this author I've been wanting to read. Same with the Iron King. I have that in physical copy too. I hope you guys can see these. It's like I want to hold it close, but I don't want it to be like so close that you can't even see it. But some of these just look so good. And then some don't. And I'm like, why did I think that was a good idea? Why did I get that off Stuff Your Kindle days? You know, like I said, a lot of these were either like 99 cents or free. Very rarely do I spend more than $3 or $4 on an ebook. And so this might be like, whoa, this is a ton of books, especially when I get into my other folders. But I don't really spend a lot per book. And like I said, a lot of them were free. Some of them have been sent as ARCs. So yeah. But I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. This one always looked really good to me. To spend, you know, $15 on an ebook. I just think that's outrageous. What is the point? Most of the times it's $2 or $3 more and you can get the physical copy. It's like, what are you talking about? So many good dragon books. I'm thinking of doing a dragon themed readathon in my Discords for June for like the entirety of, oh, some of these aren't going to even have covers, for the entirety of my YouTube channel. And I think that that would be really fun because I did do Dragonathon a couple years ago. I think it was like summer of 2022 or so. This book was different. And so I'm thinking of bringing that back again, and I'm going to get on this Kindle because this is where I have like all of my dragon books. I'm going to get on this one and go through all of my dragon books and try to pick kind of like a TBR either for myself or like different books that people, like a recommendations video that people can pick from. Because there is obviously a lot of like traditionally, not a lot, but a good bit of traditionally published dragon books out there, but there is so many more on Kindle Unlimited and, you know, just Kindle in general, like ebook versions, indie authors that like look so amazing that I think a lot of people don't even realize are out there. So yeah, I would just love to kind of bring those to the masses and make you guys more aware of some of the dragon books that are out there. So I think this is the last page of my uncollected. Yes. So let's go back and we're going to go to all of my other folders. I forget which one is next after this one. Red. Okay, so we'll just leave that go. Grimdark. I don't even honestly remember what's in here. I don't really know if this Pedro Irvi would be considered grimdark. I've heard this compared to Ranger's Apprentice. I forget who wrote that series. This was when I was going through my grimdark phase. I'm kind of out of my grimdark phase right now, to be honest. Maybe I will eventually get back into it, but I did not pay a lot for any of these books. But The Rise of the Ranger by Philip Quantrell, I've been wanting to read that for a while. By the way, if any of the books that I'm going through you have read, whether you liked them or not, let me know, because I'm always curious. Alright, so let's move on to the next folder. I'm trying to go like from the oldest folder up. So romance, there isn't very many in because I'm not really a romance person. Of course, Bridgerton. Beach read, some Emily Henry stuff, and that is about it. So these, I have been wanting to read the Cradle series by Will White for a while. Like, it just looks so good. I've heard really good things about it. Same with all of the other ones that I have on here. Master's Deception by J.C. Kang. That series looks really good. Like, there's so many good Asian fantasy out there. Like, I probably have more in that uncollected and I just didn't even really pay attention. But here's the dragon section. So Eileen Mueller is actually like a big dragon author. Fantasy, obviously. Anything involving dragons, I guess, would be considered fantasy. I have only read like 2 of her novellas. I've actually never finished one of her books. And same with Ava Richardson here. She has so many dragon books. It's actually insane. And I've never finished one of them. I've had them on my list and on my Kindle for so long. Same with this J.A. Andrews. Her books just look amazing. So just so many good dragon books. I wish I could just sit here and just finish them and like ignore everything else and just go on like a dragon binge. Because there's just so many good ones. It's ridiculous. Like, I remember when I first found Kindle Unlimited was when I found a lot of these dragon books. And that's kind of what like really got me into reading on my Kindle and everything. And then I just got distracted and like didn't finish all of the dragon books I had. And it was kind of ridiculous. So yeah, I own quite a lot, as you can see. And I'm really excited to read them. Hence why I want to do a Dragonathon again so that I have an excuse to read all my dragon books. And I would make it a year long too. This probably could go in the Asian one. Did I say a year long? A month long. I would make the Dragonathon a month long, not a weekend or a week. It would be a while. Alright, so let's move on. The Summer Reading Challenge and the TBR one, I'm just going to ignore those because I believe they're books that I've read. That's why they're like in that folder, so I need to like remove them. So I'm not even going to bother going through that, but we'll go through my Fae, which as you can see has 5 books. So clearly I need to like organize because there was a lot in that uncollected that probably would have been considered Fae. And then the Shifter one, I have in this? 30 items. So I have so many Shifter books. That's another thing I would love to get to. I've only read a couple Shifter books, but I have like some really good ones in here. And that's another thing I'd love to do is like have like a purely Shifter readathon. Like how fun would that be? I know Shifter stuff can be kind of hit or miss with people. Some people like it, some people don't. But let me know if you would potentially be interested in that because I have some good ones that aren't even on this Kindle. Romantasy-a-thon, we're obviously going to skip these 2 because those are like old news. And then here's some witchy ones. I think that doing like a witchy readathon would be really fun too. Like I have so many different subgenres, I guess you could call it, of books that I would love to do like readathons of, and there's just never enough time. Some of these are more almost like cozy mystery-ish, but then some of them are fantasy, like paranormal type. But there's some really good ones out there that aren't even on, like all of mine aren't even on this Kindle either. I have more on other Kindles. But like just so many good books. Like as you can see, I had like an obsession for a while with like boxed sets. And I bought a lot of those. Oh, wait. I want to go up and show you this one book. Okay. Oh, wait. It took me all the way to the beginning. Oh, my God. Hold on. There's this one author that kind of put a lot of books out for a while. And then she had, like, a bunch of health issues and, like, had something happen with, like, her baby. And, like, but she's kind of making a comeback. And her books looked so good. So this Secret Tides right here. Like, she has so many, Alira, Anaya, Cirrus. She just has so many good looking books. And I just saw her post on Instagram the other day that she's kind of like trying to come back. So this is another good one. Michelle Maddow, The Fairy Games. I've read a couple of the books in this series. They're really good. And that's all for that one. So if anything, I hope that I'm maybe giving you some ideas of like books. So this was ones that I had started or wanted to read and just kind of mashed into this folder. But as you can see, they're kind of mainly the Zodiac sisters as authors. I really need to get to Children of Fallen Gods. I absolutely loved that, the first book in that series. A Kiss of Iron. Anything by Claire Sager I want to get to. There's another Chandel Levon one there. I've heard this Frost book is really good. Same with The Dawn of Onyx. Okay, that was all in that one. And then we'll go to this currently reading. Oh, okay, so here we go. I need to like mark these as read because I read this one. I read this. So like, that's what I mean. A lot of these I just get like lazy and I don't want to do it because I'll bore you. Here's like a bunch more boxed sets of dragon books. Yeah, I don't want to bore you with all of that, but like I do need to get better with that. So many good books in these. These are like my priority, I guess you could say, shifter books. Avery Stone, Avery Song, Avery, I forget her other, she has like 3 or 4 different pen names. And she writes kind of different subgenres of books under all of them, but like look her up. She's super good and she's really cool. I follow her on Facebook. She's super interesting. She like does a lot of traveling and like it's cool. Okay, so that is that. Now I'm gonna try to show you what I have checked out on Kindle Unlimited. I have Shadow Unleashed by Avery Stone. I have all 20 checked out on Kindle Unlimited. So I think this is the 4th Zodiac Academy, which is the one I'm on. Bone Island, Caged Wolf. Ooh, some really good ones. What are the 6 in there? Oh yes, those all look so good. Wow, I didn't realize how similar those 2 covers kind of look. I need to get this. This is the second book. So yeah, I'm going to click off of that so that it doesn't keep that on there. So that is this Kindle, but I'm gonna open a book and show you my settings. So you saw my library, my folders, my KU library. So let me show you my settings for this one. They're all kind of generally the same per Kindle, sometimes not. So I do have it the Bookerly font. I don't have it bolded, and I have it size 8 font. And I don't really ever mess with this stuff. I don't really like to. I always put time left in chapter on the bottom right. I love having my clock showing while I'm reading. I actually am going to change this. I don't like that, and I don't like that. And I don't want to see what other people have talked about, which isn't that, but yeah. So I don't like seeing what other people have like highlighted or whatever. Like I really could care less about that. So yeah, that is my font and the size of my font for that one. I am not as organized on a lot of my other Kindles because I just haven't taken the time to do so. So I do need to do that because, yeah. But anyways, I really, really want to get to this series. I'm going to turn down my lighting again to conserve battery. But yeah, so that is that one. We're going to try the lighting like this because I feel like it just is really getting really dark. All right, so this is the same exact Kindle that I just showed you before, but like the rosy kind of color or whatever you want to call it. So love this one. I would love to kind of clean all of these and then get like the screen protectors because I'm really bad with that. We're going to go through this one. Here is my folders. Not as many and not as organized as my other Kindle that I just showed you. So I do need to make sure that I'm putting my books that I've finished in my finished folder. But let's go through the uncollected because that has 356 books. So I'm going to turn up my lighting so hopefully it makes it a little nicer for you to see. So here is some of my books. I love Adrienne Young's writing. A lot of these, in fact, all of these ones, I got for free. Powerless, I've heard a lot of things about, but I'm not sure whether it's something I want to read for sure. I did start it not that long ago. Scarlet Veil, that one looks so good. Tamora Pierce, or Tamara, I don't know how you say her name. These Jen Gray books look really good, and the Heather Renee books. So many good ones on here. Some kind of super cheese ones that I got for Stuff Your Kindle Days. But other really good ones. Vila Roth. I need to read this because it's just a novella for her Blood Solace series. I need to get to that because she is just an amazing author. I absolutely love her books. So many good looking ones on here. This one looks really good. And these, I love these covers. I don't know why, but I just love them. They're so pretty. These Bitter Blooms looks really good. Juliette Marillier, I think is how you say that. I have a couple of her books across my Kindles, and she's another one that I want to get to really bad. Some of these covers, though, are just stunning. So pretty. Dragonborn one by Jamie Dalton. I mean, this is just making me feel super guilty for literally ever purchasing another book in my life. This is an author, Sarah Cannon. I follow her on YouTube. She has a writing channel and then she's really big into planners. So look her up. She has some cool YouTube channels as well. And books, but I've actually never read any. But they look good. Here's the other, I was talking my last Kindle, Avery Song, Avery Stone, Avery Phoenix. That was one of her other ones. I've heard this book is good, The House Witch. Oh my gosh, I could just sit here and get lost in all of these books. Like I said though, I'm seeing a lot that are exciting me that I want to read, but then I'm also seeing a lot that I'm like, I'm not going to read that one. I probably need to get rid of it. Here's some really good witchy ones that I need to organize into a folder. But yeah, same with dragon books. So yeah, I need to really just kind of sit down and do like a lot of organizing of like ones that I don't want anymore, ones that need to be put into a folder, folders that I need to make. So like if you guys would be interested in that as well, I can do that video as well because it's something that needs to be done. So because then I'm just kind of more aware of what I had that I think would be like genuinely good, like this one. Although I haven't honestly really heard that much about that one on like whether it was even good or not. I don't even know. Divergent. I've never read that series, but I heard it didn't end well, so now I'm just kind of like turned off to even try it. Same with this book too. Some of these I think are actually from my library and they just never left. All right, let's go to currently reading. Ooh, some good ones in here. Books that I need to get to. A lot of second books in series that I need to get to. This is another series that I really would like to continue, and same with the Shattered Kingdom. I've heard that's good. This is the second book in the Witch Collector series. All right, I'm kind of going a little faster now. Oh, here we go. Here's some Avery Stone and Avery Song books. This J.A. Andrews I've heard is so good. All of her books have dragons in them. Same with the Ava Richardson author I was talking about, Jen Gray. I've heard this one is super, super good. Yeah. So that is what is on that Kindle. I guess, you know what? Let's go back. We'll open one from my finished. And I'll show you my settings. I actually don't remember the exact settings that I have per Kindle, so it's kind of interesting for me too. Like I said, I don't really mess a whole lot with that. So I have it on Bookerly. I only have it on size 5. No bolding. Nothing changed there. And then same thing. Time left in book. Show the clock while reading. We're going to take out all of this stuff here. Popular highlights. Oops. Okay, so that is my settings. So next, we can go back and organize per Kindle Unlimited, and I will show you what I have checked out on Kindle Unlimited on this book, or on this Kindle. As per Courtney, I have all 20 books checked out. Funnily enough though, like, you guys always ask me, I get a lot of comments saying like, how do you remember what's what and like where's where? I don't know why, but I would say 97% of the time I remember what's on what. It's crazy, but I think it's just because I use them so much, so I don't really ever struggle to remember stuff. A Crown Forged in Flame looks really good. Heir of Fates. Of course we have Rebecca Yarros. And then this pirate one, so random, but it looks good. So what is in currently reading? Blood and Steel, Rose Red, A Kingdom That's Cursed and Empty. I loved the first one. She's actually coming out with a new series, I think in May or June. It looks really good. And then what is in this one? Ooh, lots of Avery Song. I need to get to her books. Oh wait, okay. So this would be like a really good contender for the first book in the series, by Ryan Cahill. I actually am blanking on what the name of it is, but look it up because this is the second book. It was amazing, and I do not know what is wrong with me and why I have not finished it, but that would be a great contender for Dragonathon. It was super good. So more Avery Stone Song. Jamin Eve, oh my god, her books are so good. Jen Gray, she's good. All right, so that is that for that Kindle. I'm going to turn my lighting down again, turn off the Bluetooth, and say goodbye to this Kindle. I don't know which book it's going to pick. Oh, The Witch Collector. Whoops, we read that one already there, Kindle. So next we're going to jump to my 11th gen Kindle Paperweight. This is the 6.8 inch screen. I love this decor. I honestly don't think I'll ever change it. So this is the same account as this one. Let's go ahead and open this up. I do not know why my camera
Jiminy Crickets
is having so much trouble focusing on this. So it's going to be the same books. So I will show you what folders I have on this one, because it is a little bit different. So I have the Uncollected, which you've seen all of these books, so I'm not really going to go through that again. Dragons, Shifter, Red, which I need to go through those and change them and put them in the finished. The Witch books, Fae books, Paranormal, I already said that, TBR, Summer Reading Challenge, Romantasy-a-thon, so it's the same stuff. Asian Fantasy, currently reading. Let's go into finished and pick a book, and we will see my settings, because there might be some things that I would like to change on this. So like I said, I don't really mess with that a ton. The font is Bookerly. Clearly that seems to be my favorite. Bookerly and size 8. The layout I don't mess with, and then we'll go to more. So I like the time left in each chapter. I like when it shows the clock. This I don't need. This I don't need. And these I do not need. So that is about it for this Kindle. It's not really much different than the other one. So I'm going to turn the brightness down. I do, because this is a paperwhite, have the warmth turned up to 6, which I don't normally do, but I have recently discovered that I do like that. So that is that for that Kindle. Now it's going to go back to sort of Kaigen again. Oh my gosh, please focus, camera. Yeah, all right. So that's that for that Kindle. So the next one I have is my Fourth Wing Paperwhite. I need to get the pop socket. I cannot talk today. Okay, sorry, my camera died, so let's start that again. So this is my 11th gen 6.8 inch Kindle Paperwhite that I need to fix the pop socket on, but this is like my Fourth Wing theme, and this is the same account as this one. These are the same account, so I'm going to try to do like the same accounts so that I'm not kind of jumping too over the place. So I kind of screwed that up already in the beginning here, but anyways, let's open this baby up. I love my Paperwhites, as you guys know. These are like my favorite ones, probably, honestly. Obviously, I love them all, but like these are probably my favorites. I have the same, oh, there's some stuff still stuck on there from the last screen. I have the same Kindle Unlimited, and all of the books would be the same, but we can go into one of my finished here. I'll go into Witch Collector also, and I will show you my settings. So like I said, I don't mess with that stuff. I've never really tried, so honestly I don't really know what those settings are, to be very honest with you. So if you know, and if they make it that much different or special, I mean, all I would have to do really is just like Google it, but I'm curious. So like the other ones, I have Bookerly at size 8. We are going to change, so I have the time left in the chapter, the clock while I'm reading. I'm going to take all of this stuff off again. I don't need popular highlights, and that is that. So not really much to show there. I am going to turn the brightness down again and shut off Bluetooth for now because it does conserve battery for sure. I should have gotten one of my cute little wallpaper type things because I read this one already. So that is that one. So the next one I have, which is the same account, is my new Matcha Basic Kindle. I absolutely love the decorations on this. It's so cute and springy and like gardeny. Yeah. All right, so I am currently reading Ship of Magic on here. I'm reading Ship of Magic, Fool's Errand, and Shaman's Crossing, all from Robin Hobb. So while we are here, I'm going to go in and show you my settings. Themes, like I said, I don't really mess with that. I have the Baskerville font on this one. I do not have it bolded, and I have it at size 8. I don't mess with the layout. And then I have my time left in chapter, show clock while reading. I'm going to take off this about the book. There is no warmth with the basics, by the way, so that is not there, but yeah, so that is my settings on there, and it would be the same folders, although I don't think the folders, I don't understand what these are. They drive me nuts, these clipping things. I don't think that the folders carried over, so all of my books are in here, which you have already seen. Same with like what's on my Kindle Unlimited and everything. So I'm just going to click back on Ship of Magic and make sure that my lighting is down, which it is. As you can see, there's no warmth on this one. I leave airplane mode and then the Bluetooth is off so that it just conserves battery. So that's that one. Kind of a short and sweet little introduction, but that is what I'm currently reading. And yeah, I love this little thing. So the next account we're gonna go through, I don't really know how I'm gonna get this in frame because it's so ginormous and I can't move my camera anymore because it'll fall off my desk. But yes, this is my Kindle Scribe. I realized that I have it in the case upside down. I did not know that clearly when I was putting this together. I want to get a case that does not have this pencil holder on the side. But yeah, so we have this. I'm kind of trying to show you like the decor and stuff too before we get into the Kindle. I'm currently reading Dire Bound on this. I'm so excited about this book. It is so good. I could just sit and read and read and read. I may have to just pick my camera up because this is not really in frame. Here, let's shut this light off because then I can lean it like this and there isn't a weird glare. Oh wow, I did not realize that my brightness was all the way up. Okay, so we have the warmth turned up, and this is one of my favorite accounts. My library here does not have any folders on this one yet, but I have some really good books on this one. So we'll just go ahead down through all of my books that I'm really excited to show you because they're really good. You can see I just have some like amazing books. Let me move closer. Like this whole series looks so good. Ooh, some really good ones. Bow Before the Elf Queen, Fear the Flames. I just have really good books on this account. Super exciting. Ooh, these series I want to get to. Yay. This one, if anyone's read this, let me know because I'm really curious. All right, so I'm going to log off of this one and show you on a different Kindle because it's too big to hold up on the screen. All right, you guys would have seen this one in my most recent vlog of me kind of redoing it. So it says my name, obviously. Some cute little springy butterflies and bookish things in the background. And then this really cute little charm, which I love. And then I really did the front of this and I had it completely redone with all these stickers. I adore this thing. I think it's so cute. And this is a really old, I forget, I got this on Mercari like a couple years ago, and I don't remember if it is a basic or a paperwhite, but either way, it is backlit and stuff. So this is the same account, obviously, as my big scribe. So we'll go ahead and show you kind of more of what's going on this one, just because we can get it in screen better. So let's go ahead and turn this up. Obviously, as you can see, I need to charge it. So let's go to library. And I'll show you, I kind of showed you all of my books, but I will show you what I have checked out on Kindle Unlimited. So I have these two, obviously this one is checked out, and so is Dire Bound. I do want to get into more mangas, but I will be reading those on my scribe because they're pretty epic on the scribe. And then this Spark the Flames by Ivy Asher, I believe just came out today. So that would have just came over on my Kindle as I synced it. So let's go ahead and click for it to just show us Kindle Unlimited. I have 20 checked out as always. I don't think I ever not have all 20 checked out. Kind of cracks me up. All right, so here is everything that I have checked out on Kindle Unlimited. This series and this series I'm like dying to get to, especially The Heir Comes to Rise. I am totally losing my voice, so I'm sorry. I adore these. Oh my god. I read the first one, this Longing of Lone Wolves. It was so good. I have quite the array of books checked out on Kindle Unlimited on this one. Kind of funny to me. And obviously there's 20 checked out, but they're taken up within those series. So Leah Stone, I'm not actually sure how you say her name. She is really good, by the way, if you want some good romantic books. She's not as heard of as like some other authors, romantic authors, but like she's really good though, and all of her books are on Kindle Unlimited. So this Spark the Flames I just recently bought. Why from here does that look like a can of pop? Alrighty, and then this Smoke and Scar I'm really excited about. Water Moon, Oh my gosh, Iron and Embers, the Rainfall Market. All of these are just so exciting. The Starlight Air. So many good looking books on here. I kind of gave up on this trilogy. I read the first two and then was like, with the other ones. Literally. The Skyriders, that book looks really good. We Free the Stars, I loved that duology. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. So this is actually on AO3. I forget what the actual name of that is. And I recently, well, not too recently, quite a while ago got that. I haven't read it yet, but it's Akatar or Akamath in Reese's point of view, which I think would be really interesting. This Multitude of Dreams, that came out, I think in the fall? Summer? Last summer? So many good books on here. And series that I have like the entire series. I don't really understand why some of the covers go on and some don't. Oh yeah, that Bewitched looked really good. This looked really good. The cover's really pretty in color. Yay! Bow Before the Elf Queen, that's another one. Fear the Flames. Air Comes to Rise. I think I showed you guys. Master of Crows, like a lot of these. Oh my god. Phoenix Unbound. So Grace Draven and Juliet Marillier? Really? I don't know. But yeah, I would really like to read a lot of their books as well. As you can see, I have really gone through like a shifter phase. And it kind of makes me laugh now. So if anyone would want to join in and read any of these shifter books with me, let me know. Because it's one thing I've like never really done. And then like, what is that? I don't even know. Okay, so that is this Kindle. I believe I already showed you all of my settings and stuff on this one. I'm going to turn the lighting back down. I always put it to 2 so that I can at least see it. Moving on. So on the same account, I do have this old Kindle Fire. It's the Kindle Fire 7. I could not tell you what year this is because my parents gave it to me. I'm trying to get it in frame. I don't honestly really use any other apps on this other than the Kindle app because they're all just like incredibly slow. And this is the same account that I just showed you. But these are my 2 folders. So currently reading. We all know how my currently reading piles go. I mean, clearly I'm not really reading those, but those were just like priority ones that I did want to read. And then my uncollected. So obviously just the ones that have recently came into my library. They go by order. These are just kind of more all laid out with like the color. Oh, this one looks really good. Curse of the Blood Shadow. You can actually like see the covers in color. So sometimes it's kind of nice to see the colors or the covers in color because you can't see that obviously from, you know, the actual Kindle. So anyways, that is that one. I do read on this one a good bit actually because I will just like jump around, but I'm going to turn the lighting way down again. And that is that one. Obviously, Fourth Wing inspired. So my next account is this one right here. I don't even really know what this is, to be honest. It does not have any backlighting. This is clearly crooked. I can't get it to stay. I don't really read on this a ton just because it doesn't have the backlighting, but it still is very usable. There's nothing wrong with it. I did bedazzle it. So let's go ahead and turn it on. So most of my accounts that I'm showing you, I also have like an iPad or a tablet of some kind or one of my old little phones that I carry around all the time connected to it too. But I'm not going to show you guys those because like most, I mean, it's just kind of like the same thing. I don't know. If you want to see like all of my bookish things on my iPads and everything, I guess that could be its own separate video. So just let me know. So here is this. Obviously, like I said, there is no backlighting. So this is what you get out of this one. Hopefully you guys can even see this. I can show you on this Kindle Fire too, which is the same account. This is ACOTAR themed. This is the most recent Kindle Fire. Well, recent-ish. It is pink, as you can see. And ACOTAR themed, like I said. Obviously, I'm missing a pop socket. It came off, and then I think it fell, and the cats got a hold of it, and who knows where it is now. So yeah, here is my library. I'm just going to go up and down, and then I'll show you what I have on Kindle Unlimited on my other one. I will try to hold this as close as I can. Some of these books, like, seriously, guys, I need to get to these books. Kindle Unlimited is where it's at. Kindle is where it's at. I know there is so much stuff going on Kindle. A lot of people hate Kindle now, but I'm still going to be a Kindle girly. I can't help it. Oh, this one, Queen of Shifting Sands. That looks so good. Rider of Night. That is a dragon one. I have read up to book 3 in this Blossom and Midnight series, and I really liked it. Same with this Accursed Kiss. I really liked that as well. I need to finish those. There's that stupid Your Clippings thing. Crown of Earth and Sky looks really good. By the way, like I said, and like I feel like I always say, if you see any books in here that you would want to, this one looks good too, that Broken Wings, that you would want to buddy read with me, just let me know. Ooh, some of these look so good. Secrets and Spells. Love it. Ooh, this one. I remember when this one came out. I had pre-ordered it and it looked so good. Some of these, you can tell that they're like, that they were like freebies. And they're not like, you know, the most heard of books ever. But they still look so good though. And a lot of them I don't think are very long either, which is like, makes it even better because you could just like bang it out and read it really fast. Daughter of Shadow. That looks really good. Whenever I have read on this one, I actually will use like a book light and clip it to the top and read that way. Which is just kind of like, I don't know, like a different way to do it. Kind of a cool, different way to do it. Oh, I read all of these. They're really good, by the way. These Will White books. And they're meant to be read, like, together as, like, a tandem read, which is really cool. I recently read When the Moon Hatched, so I will show you my settings, which probably aren't going to be anything grand, just for the fact that this one doesn't have backlighting. So I do have it set to the Book Relief font size 5. I have the page in book, which I'm actually going to change that. So we're going to do the time left in the chapter, which is how I like. I like to have the clock shown while I'm reading. Book mentions, no. About this book, no. Popular highlights and highlight menu. If it'll listen to me. Okay, so that is my settings. Let's go ahead and go to the other one so I can show you what I have on Kindle Unlimited that's color. I love my little butterfly pop sockets, like I'll never get tired of those. Okay, so let's open up this one. As you can see, I have little folders here. So I have my currently reading, finished books, and main. I need to update the finish. So let's go ahead and we are just going to try and sort it by Kindle Unlimited. I actually have never really done that on this one. I don't think I can actually sort it by Kindle Unlimited on this one, which is interesting. But anyway, these are the ones. I'm trying to get this in frame. This is called The Lies of Lena, and it looks really good. Of Wings and Blood. This is called Queen Shifter Sand, Daughters of Sea and Storm, Garden of Ink and Ancient Stone, Metal Slinger, The Lady of Fire and Light, Lies Within the Darkest Tower. I don't think I have all 20 checked out on this Kindle. All right, so that is that for that Kindle. Turn my lighting down like normal. Hello. This is not a view you guys want to see, I'm sure. All right, so we will move on to the next set of Kindles. All right, so my next little grouping if we would like to call it that, is my 2 Kindle Oases and my new Kindle Basic, the Matcha Basics. Da-na-na. These 3 are all the same account. So you guys are getting like a little insight as to what I do and how I do it, I guess, too. So next, like I said, is my Kindle Oases. I'm going to go through the OG one that I did get first. I just recently kind of redecorated this. I did make it a video. I hope this has battery because I read on this probably about a week ago. So it's been sitting for almost a week that I haven't like touched it. Okay, clearly it does because I've been trying to read other books on other Kindles. All right, let's turn our lighting up. So as you guys know, the Kindle Oasis does have the warmth and backlighting, obviously. What I have been mainly reading on this one is the Crescent City books. So this is kind of like my little currently reading on this one. Yes, I know I'm crazy. This is a really good series, by the way. Anything from Ava Chase. I really like her. She's good. And then I've been reading all of the Crescent City books, Empire of the Vampire, doing a reread of Kingdom of Ash because I read through it really fast and I feel like I don't remember it, and I love the Throne of Glass series, so I am trying to finish that. I'm pretty far through most of these, to be honest. And then Glow of the Everflame, I have it checked out on Kindle Unlimited, but I did want to read the physical copy and annotate it, which I'm like halfway through, so I do want to try to finish that for April. But let's go ahead. I have 3 folders. So I have currently reading, finished, and the uncollected. I'm going to go through my uncollected first to kind of show you guys what I have in my library. I love anything from Chandel Levon and Megan Montero, which is these 2 right here. If you like anything like witchy, paranormal, like they're your girls. Their books are so good and they have so many. I've read so many of their series and books. Priory of the Orange Tree is one of my favorite books ever. I have literally read it like 3 or 4 times. So yeah, I just got it on there as like nostalgia because every time I read it before, I read it physically. I'm going to hold this up pretty close so you guys can see. Oh, I've heard really good things about this. I did have this pre-ordered. It's called The Concealed. It sounds really good. I have yet, by the way, going back up, to read A Day of Fallen Night, and there's actually a new novella coming out, I think this September or October from her, so I definitely need to get to that one. I have some really good books on this one as well. This is kind of embarrassing that I have this many like things going on, so yeah, don't judge. Please be nice in the comments. It's my money, my time, my prerogative. Just saying. Okay. Anyways, let's go down through this. So many good books on here. Some of these, like I said, as all the other accounts, I have a lot of... Oh, there's Chandel Levon and Megan Montero. They're best friends, by the way. So they have a couple series that they've written together, too, which is really fun. Because they'll each write like a different POV. Kind of like the Zodiac Academy sisters. A lot of these are or were from Stuff Your Kindle days. So I kind of need to go through them and, you know, get rid of like what I don't want or what I don't think I'm going to read, because there's actually a good bit on here that I'm seeing right now. So like I said, if you guys would be interested in just like a Kindle/e-reader organization video where, you know, like some people, they'll go through and like unhaul books, like physical books from their actual physical library, I could do like an ebook unhaul video where I just kind of organize my libraries, my ebook libraries, and just get rid of books that I don't think I'm gonna read. So if you guys would be interested in that, just let me know, because like I said, I'm already seeing like a lot that I know I don't want. This House of Dragon Blood, book 1 of Society of Magic by K.N. Lee. That looks so good. Don't really know why a lot of these don't have the cover on them. Through Blood and Dragons, that looks good. As you guys can tell, like, clearly I love dragons. All right, so we're gonna go to my currently reading. Well, I already did, actually, never mind. Okay, so let's go back to Uncollected, and we will do the Kindle Unlimited thing. I only have 16 checked out. Obviously the ones from them. Tracy Wolf, which I no longer think I'm going to read now that I heard about the plagiarizing deal. Kind of annoying. Some dragon books. Oh, Michelle Maddow. She's another really good one. I need to finish some of her books. This series looks super good, and you don't have to read them in order too. They're all standalones. That is what I have checked out on Kindle Unlimited. Let's go to my finished, and I will, which I need to update because I have finished more on here than that. I am terrible at that. Absolutely terrible. All right, so we'll go to a book that I read, and I'm going to show you my settings. It's always interesting to see the settings because I don't always make it the same, and like if I don't read on it for a couple weeks, like I don't remember what settings exactly are on each Kindle. So anyways, I have it set to Helvetica, size 7. This I kind of do remember doing the same. So I always like to see the time left in the chapter and to show the clock while I'm reading. And then I don't like about the book or like what the popular highlights are and all that jazz. So that is that Kindle. We're going to turn the lighting or the brightness down. Like I said, I always put it to 2. I currently don't have the Bluetooth on just because I feel like that saves battery on these. So, because the Oasises are kind of famous for having sucky batteries. And then this one I just recently got and redid. So I love this. And I am reading through this right here on this one, or trying to anyway. So obviously this has the same books. So like there isn't really much to show you, honestly. But let's just check my settings because I did just get this. So I honestly don't even know if I even messed with the settings much. Yeah, all right. So we're going to turn this up to 8 because I definitely want it to be bigger. And I'm going to turn it to something different. We're going to try the Cecilia font, which I've never really done. Ooh, I like. Oh, okay. Hold on. I wasn't done yet. I'm the one that clicked off of it. So I'm like yelling at myself. Let's go and make sure. So not page and book. We want the time left in the chapter. And then show the clock while reading. I don't want any of this stuff. All good. All right. So same thing as before. So I don't really need to like necessarily show you that. Let's turn down our lighting and click off. So I just realized that this was the one that I was supposed to show you guys, that was the same account as these two, and I was showing you my Matcha Kindle. So this is my regular Kindle Basic, the black and white version. I will just show you my settings on this since it is the same books. So obviously with the Kindle Basics, there's no warm lighting. I have the Bookerly, which is size 7, font size 7, time left in chapter, show clock while reading. I'm going to turn these off. And these, okay? So I am currently reading Kingdom of Ash on this one. I'm going to turn the lighting back down. You obviously saw what I had checked out on Kindle Unlimited and the books that I have in my library, all of those things. So that is that one. It should go to Kingdom of Ash. And that is my decor on said Kindle. So next we're going to move on to my 2 Nook Glow Light 4Es. I did just recently get these 2 leather cases and put these cute little lanyards on there, or charms, phone charms, whatever you would like to call them. But yes, let's go ahead and get into my libraries here, which I've actually never shown you guys. So I'm like kind of excited because I've never really shown you much about my Nooks. There isn't quite as much personalization, I don't feel like, with the Nooks, but they're still really fun nonetheless. So, oh my goodness, they're just like a lot glitchier and slower, I do have to say. Not as user-friendly, or just like, not even user-friendly, but like as fun to use, just because they are like way glitchier, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know how else to really like describe that. So obviously the Nook Glow Lights have buttons, and there's buttons on either side, which is cool because with the Kindle Oasis and any of the Kobos, there's only one side that has buttons, so like I do like that feature. And then the new Nook Glow Light that came out, I think it's called the Nook Glow Light Plus. Yeah, I have my eye on that one. It's actually really cool looking. So anyway, I'm going to go through my library and use my little buttons. So I have the Dragonfall book, which looks really good, obviously. The Hedge Witch of Foxhall, Blood Trials, and then most of the next ones I did get for free. Some of them, obviously the After the Forest, Spice Road, and A Fragile Enchantment I did pay for. Same with A Promise of Fire. This series is really good, by the way. I do like it. A Crown of Feathers, I did buy that one also. The rest I got for free on here. All of these I got for free. A couple years ago, probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, there was a like Stuff Your Kindle Day, and I got like a ton for my Nooks because I didn't have like a ton of books on them. So yeah. There's some good ones on here though. Whoa, Grace Burrows one I want to read. Oh, this one I did buy. This is one of my favorite books from when I was like a young adult. I read this and I've read it multiple times since. It's so good. The Kingdoms of Shadow and Ash looks really good. And I believe that is it. Yeah. All right, so let's go to a book, and I'm going to show you like the different, we're just going to go to a random book that I haven't read yet, and I'm going to show you the different settings that the Nooks have, because it's so different. Like, these are so different from Kindles, and not necessarily in a bad way. Sometimes kind of in a bad way, but not in like a terrible way. All right, so obviously here is the sizing in your font, I guess. Actually, let's get to said font first so that I can actually show you a page. Let's get to like the first page of the book. Here's where you change the size of your font. So I have it pretty big, actually. I like it kind of big because then I feel like I'm reading faster. All right, so let's go to fonts. I'm actually not sure if you can download different fonts on the glow lights or not. I've never tried it on the Kindle either. I don't really fully understand how that works. So I am not the person to ask for that. But here is all of the different fonts. So I'm going to try this Malabar for today. So I've never really tried that. All right, so that is really it on this one. There isn't much else to show you guys. Here is where you get your lighting. So I'm going to turn this like way down, and then you click this top button up here. And there's always a screensaver that I know of. Well, there might actually be a way to change the screensaver on this like you can on your Kindles, but I've never tried. So here is my next Nook. So let's go ahead and go through this one. We're just going to look at my settings right here, right now, while we're on this. So I do have it set to the Georgia font. I am going to turn the font a little bit bigger though. That works good. And then the margins and the line spacing and all that, like I don't really mess with that stuff just because like I don't really understand what it does, and I'm afraid that like I won't like it, and so I just like don't even really like bother with it. I don't know. That's just me. Let's start from the top of my library. Some of these I bought and some were free. So The Princess Will Save You and Where the Dark Stands Still I did buy. I do want to read The Princess Will Save You. I did read Where the Dark Stands Still. I personally don't really understand the obsession with this book. I didn't really care for it. Whispers in the Waters and Crown of Feathers I got free. The first binding looked really good. I did buy that one. Same with Seafire. And then the Twisted Crowns duology, I did buy that one. And I really wasn't a fan of this. I can't say that I loved it, honestly. Through a Glass Darkly, I did buy that one. And as well as this series, one of my favorite series, Bridget Kemmerer, is a genius. I really love her writing, and I will read anything this woman writes. But Through a Glass Darkly is probably my favorite book ever. Do yourself a favor and read this book. The characters will forever live in my mind, in my heart, in my life. Like, I just adore them. I think of them as actual friends and people. And oh my gosh, if they ever made a show out of this book, I would die. I would die. Oh my God. Can't even describe to you how much I love this book and series. It's a series. Anyways, here's some. This was for like a book club that I was doing and quickly lost interest. So yeah, have never read that one. I believe the rest of these actually I got for free in the Stuff Your Kindle day. Yeah. So not too overly thrilling. Some of them look really good. I don't really know how many of them I will read. Hence why this series, however, looks good. But hence why I kind of want to do the like deleting of books that I don't think I'll read. So this is another one of my favorite books. I did buy this one, The Tea Rose. I read that, no joke, probably close to 20 years ago. I should not have been reading that book when I was. There's a lot of spice in it. And yeah, I should not have been reading that when I was. But either way, I've read it so many times. My physical copy is so beat up and abused. It looks like a homeless person's book. And I love it. So I highly suggest that one as well. And the author for this has actually written a good many books, so she has a lot out there to read. And funnily enough, it was a series. I did not realize that at the time, and I've never read any of the other books in the series, which is kind of sad. Okay, so that is actually all in this library. So on my Nooks, compared to my Kindles, I don't really have like all that many books, honestly. Yeah. I wish that Nook had, like Barnes & Noble had like a KU type program, because you know me and I would 100% like be interested in that, obviously. Okay, so exciting times. Next we're gonna go through the my Kobo collection. I only have 2 Kobo accounts. Oh my God, who is she? And yeah, so here is my Kobo black and white, or no, this is my Kobo color, sorry, Kobo Clara color to be exact. And then I have my Kobo Libra, which can barely get in frame, and these are the same little account. So I will show you everything on this one because it's color and pretty. So let's open her up. Let's turn the lighting way up. By the way, I do have to say, one of the things that I love the most about Kobos is that you can go on the side with your finger and just turn the lighting up, and it is so amazing and beautiful. All right, I am not reading the book that it's currently on, but I will just show you my books and we'll go down the list. And then I've actually never done this, but we're going to see if we can sort it by Kobo Plus, and then I can show you the books that I have checked out on Kobo Plus. I've never tried to do that on this because I didn't really need to, but yeah, we'll just quickly kind of go through the books that I have. Some of these are from the library, like the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. That was from the library, from Libby, and I don't really know why it's still on there. Same with like these. I don't know why they're still on there either. With blood marked, yeah, so like a lot of those need to come off, but this one is Kobo Plus. I know that right off the bat. Same with all of the Grace Draven books. These were all from the library. I don't really know how I get them to go off. Same with the Daisy Hates books. So many good books, like that Spice Road I really want to read. So good. I absolutely love my Kobos. Like, they're amazing. But there's not as many books on there as you would think. All right, so let's go ahead and click a random book, and I'll show you my settings, and then I'll try to find out if I can sort it for Kobo Plus. Let's go to settings. So I have it set to Ubuntu font, whatever that means. I don't know what this supplemental means. The font size, I'm actually going to click it up one more notch to make it a little bit bigger. Line spacing and margins, like I said, I don't really mess with that too much. And I believe there is warm lighting in the, yeah, there's brightness, natural light, warm lighting. You can set your bedtime. You can set it to natural light, auto. But I don't really mess with settings all that much. Maybe I should more than what I do, but I don't. I don't know. One thing I do have to say with this, though, is like it is a lot faster than the black and whites. I do have to say that. Kobo Plus. All right, sweet. I have 18 checked out on Kobo Plus. So I have Lightlark, Entreat Me by Grace Draven, this Dragon Fate, which is an audiobook, I believe. The Vampire War, that Outlaw Mage and Evermore looked really good. Nightbane. I did uncheck these. I don't know why they're still on there, to be honest. Yeah, some really good ones. I'm gonna turn the brightness way down. Done with this one. And there is never, like, you never pay for ads on Kobos, so like it'll always show your book cover, which I find amazing. So that is that one. I love her little roses that I glued on there, like, yes ma'am. And then this is my Kobo Libra little butt, boop boop, and my cute little keychain with C and a diamond, because C, obviously Courtney, and then diamond is my birthstone. But yes, I did decorate this. I absolutely love this. I need to mark that I'm no longer reading Assassin's Quest because I did finish it. So I'm going to turn this on. Wow, I don't really know why the font just went that small. How does that happen? All right, I'll show you my settings on this one. It's the same book, so I don't really feel like I need to show you the books all over again, but I do have it Rakuten Sans for the font. I am going to turn the font up in size because I felt like I did, and I don't really know why it looks the way that it looks. So there we go. That is how big I like it.
Yes, I did say that.
I feel like I just read faster. I don't know, I feel like more productive that way. I feel like I have the warmth turned up on this a lot. So let's double check that, because I don't really like warm lighting. I do. So I don't really know why I had that. All right, so we're going to turn the brightness back down, because that is that one. You guys don't really need to see much else for that. All right, and then my last two are my Kobo Libra, or Kobo Clara Black and White, and then my Kobo Libra Color with the stylus. This is the Meta Pen 2? 1, 2? I can't remember which one, honestly. I can look it up for those that are interested, but it is very nice. I don't have any issues with it. I really like it. So because I want you to see color, we're going to use this to show you what's on it, and then I can just show you like my settings and stuff on this one. So I was reading the Mistborn trilogy on this one. Yeah, that one fell pretty flat for me, honestly. I will not be reading it ever again. And yeah, just not really a huge fan of it. As you can see, I do have the natural light turned down because that's just me, okay? We're gonna look through my books here. I do have a good bit more, I feel like, on this account. I'll try to hold this up. Hopefully you guys can see this. I do need to finish this book. I'm more than 1% through, but I was reading the physical copy, so it's not going to show you that. But yeah, I'll go through these, and then I need to finish Namesake as well. I need to go through these and just kind of purge books that I don't want to read, that I know I'm not going to read, and then I will go through and show you what I have checked out on Kobo Plus. Wow, that New Spring book is like ginormous compared to the other ones. Yeah, I'm just going to purge a lot of these books in a lot of my e-readers because they stress me out knowing that there's so many books on these e-readers and I don't feel like I'm going to read them. And like I said, a lot of the ones that I want to purge, I did get for free through, like, you know, Stuff Your Kindle days and stuff, so not that worried about it. Yay! There is some really good ones on here, though. I don't remember reading... Oh, I did read these Violent Delights on this one. That's right. A Lesson in Vengeance. That was an interesting book. If you have read that, let me know. It is a thriller. I'm not really a thriller girly. I read it for like a readathon that I was doing with another booktuber. And yeah, I don't know. Very weird. I'm not a huge fan of it. It was different. Wow, some of these I kind of forgot were even on here. But like I said, I don't think they're ones that I really want to read. It's kind of cool to see them in color, though, because I've seen them on like my black and white one. So it's been a while since I've gone through these on my color. In fact, I don't know if I ever really have. I have a ton more checked out on my Kobo Plus on this one. for whatever reason. So these are all my Kobo Plus books. I have audiobooks checked out too. You may not be able to access those on the e-readers, actually. They may only be on my Kobo app on my phone. Not too sure about that one. But there's a lot of really good ones on here that I have checked out. Oh no, because this is an audiobook. I don't know, weird, because I felt like I definitely had more audiobooks. Polar Opposites, those are all audiobooks. Little Women, Daughter of the Salt King. Yeah. Interesting. Alright, so that is all. I think I showed you my settings on this one. Here is the decor. I just did this yesterday. I had this on here, but I did like the side all the way around. So yeah, that is that one. And we're going to turn the brightness way down. I need to change that because I'm no longer reading Hero of Ages. I have showed you how this works. I mean, that's not really, you know, brain surgery. It's just a stylus. So let's move to my black and white Kobo Clara, which I've had like before Kobos were even like popular. I got this in 2021. Popular in the US, I should say, but I love this little keychain. I had another one and I lost it. I don't know what happened to it. But this one is old school, so it turns on from the bottom. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn the lighting up. This does have warm lighting as well, which is nice. And same thing on this one, you can still go like this on the side when you're reading a book, and it'll show you, or it'll, you know, turn it up or down, the lighting. So we'll just click a random book, and I will show you my settings. All right, let's look at my settings. So I have it set to Rakuten Serif, and the font size, I could actually use it like one more step up. There we go. Alrighty, that is my settings on that one. There isn't, like, it on Kobos, it doesn't show you like what the other highlights are. It doesn't show you books. It doesn't show you the time while you're reading. Like, clearly it's right there at the top, but it doesn't show you while you're reading. And it does show you like the name of the book and how much you have read of the book. I don't think there's necessarily a way that I know of to change it to say like this. Oh, it does. Okay. I've never really messed with this on here, honestly. So in the header, pages left in chapter, percent of chapter read, time remaining, and chapter, which is what I like. The footer, percent of book read, pages left in book, time remaining in book. Time remaining. Ooh, okay. So I think I might do time remaining. We'll try that. Show book progress bar, refresh the screen every chapter, show Adobe EPUB page numbers. Okay, we don't need that. All right, so that is that. Those are my settings. I'm gonna turn the lighting way down again. Okay, and that is my Kobos. Aren't they beautimous? Look at her little rose that I glued on there. That is not what I'm reading. And what a scary cover. Wow. So next and last, I'm going to show you my iBooks account, and I'm going to show you on my iPhone, because I have 3 or 4 iPhones, I have 3 or 4 iPads. I'm not going to go through all of them because it's the same account, and there really isn't necessarily, I mean, like, there's settings on it, but like not really. So let's go ahead. We're going to log in to my iPhone. We'll go to my iBooks, and I will show you my library, which is very extensive, because just so you know, and these are all samples, I kind of get annoyed whenever it shows you that. Like, I'm not a fan of that. I wish it wouldn't show me that. This is very extensive because this was how I originally had read. I did not have any Kindles. I did not have physical books for the longest time. Like, I've always been a reader. I had them as a kid, but I didn't as an adult. Like, once I got married, I was like, if I spent $30 on books, I was like, oh my God, Courtney, like, stop. That's so much. And like now, oh my God, my previous version of myself would be like appalled. anyways, so this just was the only way that I bought books. So they're all on here. And it's just kind of crazy. So obviously if this... Oh, I did pre-order this one. But some of these are going to say this sample thing. So just ignore that because obviously I don't own that one. And I forget how you get rid of those. A Language of Dragons is one that I like really want to read. Jade City, I'm excited to read. This one I'm so super excited about. I'm so excited about this. I have a couple audiobooks on there. This might take a while to go through. These two I'm really excited about. As you can see, my taste is a little bit different on my iBooks, which is kind of cool because I still actively get books on here. I still actively use it. Obviously, I use my cell phones. I use my iPads. So, has anyone read this one, by the way? Is it good? I like this author, but I've heard like conflicting things. Lexi Ryan is actually, these were free not that long ago, so that's why I have the whole set. And I have all of these as well. They were all free. But she is the one that wrote These Twisted Bonds, which I loved, that duology. And that's why I got all of these, because she started out as a romance author. And then she has that series too. I don't know why there's like that was already on there. Anyway, I need to finish this one. 23%. Oh my. I wish these samples would just go away. But yeah, my taste on this, it's so crazy. Like to see how my taste has changed over the years. Like my reading taste, it's always been fantasy based. But I just go through like little like obsessions where I like get like latched on. I need to finish this one too. To certain kind of genres of books. And so yeah, you can kind of see how different it is just by looking at the books I have on here versus what I have on my other e-readers. So, interesting. Oh my gosh, all these samples. I don't even own any of these books. And I forget how you, like, get them to go away. Okay, let's go. Because these aren't ones that I own. We had to switch to my phone because my camera died. But yeah, Nicola Yoon, You Cannot Put Her Books Down. The Vow ripped my heart out. Not okay. I want to read from Alex Harrow. Have not read any of hers yet. Same with this C.M. Wagoner. I almost said Wagoneer. Sorry if I'm a little shaky. The Book of Gothel. Mary McMine. I want to read that one as well. Oh my gosh, so many good books. I'm afraid to read this one because I heard it makes people cry. This Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, I'm not a huge fan of. Yeah, Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. Yeah, that one was what it was. I want to read a lot of these. Ooh, this Witch's Game looks good. Cackle, I want to read that. I don't know why this isn't focusing. The Night Circus, wasn't the biggest fan of that one either. Yeah, just some really good books on here. Why will this not focus? What is up with my cameras today, guys? Jeesh. I need to finish this one so bad. I have yet to finish it. Why am I like this? Why do I start books and not finish them? It's so ridiculous sometimes. Another Bridget Collins one that I want to finish. And that is that. 320 books. Really? That's all? Oh my gosh, it feels like so much more than that. Like it really does. All right, so that was my very extensive e-reader, Kindle, whatever you want to call it, Kobo, all of the above library. And all of the deep dive into my settings, my libraries, my Kindle Unlimited library, my Kobo Plus library, all the things. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry for the horrible lighting. I'm going to try to lighten this video. This room, my house in general, is just not very good with like bright lights and like having big windows and such. So I just feel like that's all I ever do is struggle with lighting. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you go down and check out all of my links below with my Discords, my Bookstagram, my Patreon, channel memberships. All of the things are always down below. I appreciate you guys. You make this so much fun, and I will see you next video. Bye!